Hi, I'm Tom Spencer. This is my landscape changes, the consequences of climate change. How climate change impacts landscapes on a global scale. I have provided two examples of this, first being sea level rise and ocean warming. First example of this is glaciers melting and sea levels rising globally. Global mean sea level has risen about 8 to 9 inches, 21 to 24 centimeters since 1880. The rise in water level is mostly due to a combination of meltwater from glaciers and ice sheets and thermal expansion of seawater as it warms. In 2021, global mean sea level was 97 millimeters, 3.8 inches above the 93 levels, making it the highest annual average in the satellite record between 93 and present. The global mean water level in the ocean rose about 0.14 inches or 3.6 millimeters per year from 2006 to 2015, which was 2.5 times the average rate of 0.06 inches per year throughout most of the 20th century. By the end of the century, global mean sea level is likely to rise at least 1 foot above 2000 levels, even if greenhouse gas emissions follow a relatively low pathway. In some ocean basins, sea level has risen as much as 6 to 8 inches since the start of the satellite record. Regional differences exist because of natural variability in the strength of winds and ocean currents, which influence how much and where the deeper layers of the ocean store heat. So this actually all our coastal, intercoastal could just disappear basically from the planet. So where our sea levels are now, like houses could be gone. Uh, as we move closer to the water levels are rising, and this is going to be a global effect. The second example of how climate is impacting landscape globally is increased ocean temperatures, which is causing huge loss of coral reefs throughout globally. Global ocean temperatures has risen 1.3 Fahrenheit since the late 19th century and is continuing to climb. Rising or even falling water temperatures can stress coral polyps, causing them to lose algae or zooxanthellae that live in the pulp's tissue. This results in coral bleaching, so-called because the algae give coral their color. When the algae jump ship, the coral turns completely white. The algae also give coral polyps the food they need to survive. While a bleached coral is not dead and corals can survive bleaching events, they are under greater stress, are less resistant to other threats such as disease, and are thus subject to mortality. Increased carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is one of the recognized causes of our changing climate, and it's also problematic for coral reefs. The ocean absorbs approximately 1/3 of the atmosphere's excess carbon, resulting in more acidic ocean. In order for a coral reef to grow, it must produce limestone or calcium carbonate at a rate that is faster than the reef is being eroded. Ocean acidification slows that rate at which coral reefs generate calcium carbonate, thus slowing the growth of coral skeletons. And as we lose them globally, we're also damaging or destroying everything that the coral reefs do and help the ocean absorb the extra carbon dioxide. For how climate change is affecting landscape regionally, countries and continents. I have two examples of this on a regional scale. One, I have the mountain regions of India and South America are a great example because they're all receding. High mountain regions are receding. Almost all the world's mountain or alpine glaciers are receding. a trend that is likely to continue in the years ahead. As glaciers shrink and in some places disappear, human communities and ecosystems that rely on glacial meltwater as a supply of fresh water in some regions, people depend almost entirely on glaciers for the water they use in towns, cities, and agriculture. Much of northern India gets water from the Himalaya glaciers, while large portions of Chile, northern, rely on glaciers in the Andes for water. Less water can lead to changes in the ecosystems and a greater incidence of waterborne disease. In other mountainous areas, snow typically builds up during the winter and melts in the spring and summer, following down rivers. But warmer temperatures increase the risk of river flooding as snows melt faster. These changes to the snow and glacial ice in the mountain region threaten the extinction of species that live in unique high altitude. This is more on a regional level. So, second example of a regional is the California wildfires. This second example of how climate is affecting the landscape on a regional scale are the wildfires in the western United States. The California wildfires has caused climate change a key factor in increasing the risk and extent of wildfires in the western United States. Wildfire risk depends on the number of factors, including temperature, soil moisture, and the presence of tree shrubs and other potential fuel. All these factors have a strong or indirect ties to climate variability and climate change. The climate change enhances the drying of organic matter in forests, and the material that burns and spreads wildfire has a double number of large fires between 1984 and 2015 in the western United States. Also, research shows that changes in the climate create warmer, drier conditions. This will have increased drought. Longer fire seasons are boosting these increases in wildfire risk. For much of the U.S. West, projection shows that an average annual 1 degree, so just 1 degree temperature increase, would increase the median burn area per year as much as 600% in some of these forests. And this is just 1 degree. In the southeastern United States, modeling suggests increased fire risk and a longer fire season, with at least 30% increase from 2011 in the area burned by lightning ignited wildfire by 2060. This concludes my presentation. Thank you and have a great day.